Yo, what is going on, you drenched dragologies? Quick shout out to my sponsors before we get into this video: TC Evolutions, BCW Supplies, and Dead Draw Gaming. Links to all of them in the description below. Be sure to go check them out. Use code AzulGG for a discount on all of them. Now, we've already covered a couple of the decks that came out of the Malaysian regionals, all the really cool new archetypes for the most part, but we didn't cover the winning deck from the tournament yet, so we're going to take a look at that today, which is Brent Tonisson's M3WBOX, and it is quite an interesting list from the other lists that we've seen recently. Big takeaways here: there's no Double Blaze Charizard and no Naganadel with the Venom Shot. Going back to the Acrobike build here with 4 Acrobikes. Light on the Hearth, only 2 Hearth, but he does have the 1 Chaotic Swell to play around Stamp plus Plant. If you put the Swell into play the turn before your opponent's going to Stamp Plant you, they can't really Stamp Plant you. So that's the idea behind this here, I would imagine. I can't think of any other reason why you'd ever play this Chaotic Swell. Heavy on the Guzma with 2. I know I say heavy, but 2 Guzma is on the heavier side. I guess 3 would be on the really heavy side, but usually it's like 1, and then heavy is 2. 2 Melonlana, pretty much a staple in the Mewtwo at this point. And of course, the 4 Welder. The 1 Stealthy Hood in here has a lot more utility, I think. I feel like as the meta progresses, this keeps getting more and more utility in the Mewtwo deck, so I'm a bigger fan of it being in the deck at this point. And I think this is pretty much the best way to play Mewtwo at this point, which is the Tag Call engine. At first, I was a little bit more skeptical and was a little bit like, kind of just like going really fast, but yeah, I do think the Tag Call build is the proper way to go with Mewtwo as of right now. And yeah, those are the only real major unique things going on the list, but they are pretty cool, pretty interesting. Definitely have me excited to play this list when I first saw it win the regional, and I definitely like it. I really like it. The only thing I do kind of miss is the Double Blaze Charizard a little bit, but not enough to the point where I think it's essential for it to come back into the deck. So yeah, that's all I have to say on the list. Let's go ahead and get into some games. Alright, I believe we're up against the ADP here in this one. So our goal in this game is going to be to try and get onto our bench, our Greninja. So, I mean, it depends how our opponent plays this matchup, how they're going to approach it. If they go with the ADP, then we're just going to default to setting up a turn 2 Flare Blitz and then one-shotting the ADP. But if they go for just Keldeos, but they don't know what we're playing, so it's kind of hard for them to be like, all right, I'm just going to default to the Keldeo strategy without actually knowing what we're playing. So there we go. There's an ADP. So then our plan is going to actually be set up Mewtwo and get the Charizard with the Flare Blitz to do the 300 damage to the ADP when they come up in GX attack. So that's our game plan now. It's changed a little bit. If they had gone the straight Keldeo route, maybe they would have if they knew what we were playing, because that is usually the optimal way to tackle the Mewtwo matchup. If they had gone the straight Keldeo route, then it would end up being we would want to try and get the Greninja on our bench through its ability, because they almost all ADP decks play the they almost all play Giraffe to Lost Zone stuff, and then they'll Lost Zone our Greninja if we put it in the discard pile instead, and then we won't have ways to actually get through to the So if we want the Rainbow Acrobike again. Ooh, well, he's already into the discard pile, but it's actually not the best because now it can be Lost Zone, but I think it's best to give it up like that. I don't have another way to discard it out of my hand right now, but I guess I could probably find one. There is a Welder. So far, drawing very well. Yeah, no real complaints. Yeah, I can't really complain about this one so far. Drawing super well. This follow-up, not as good. Look at my discard pile real fast. Go ahead and throw down the Rainbow. Still should be fine. I'm not worried about it or anything. And I think we're just going to go ahead and pass over to our opponent. Yeah, so we're setting up really well for the turn 2 Full Blitz or Flare Blitz. Yeah, turn 2 Flare Blitz GX. The only problem with our current situation is it's in our discard pile, which means our opponent can get rid of it with ADP. So that's the only thing that's kind of scary here. Not with ADP, with Giraffe. They can Giraffe away our Flare Blitz before we get to use it. That's the only thing that's kind of scary here. But who knows if they'll even go for it, or can even have access to it. And even if they do go for it, that means they're behind a turn from GXing with ADP. We could maybe great catch up the ADP, just punch it. So there would still be some options for us to kind of tackle the situation anyways. So it really wouldn't actually even be that big of a deal if they had the giraffe get rid of the flare blitz there. It's just kind of unfortunate that that's how we hit the discard pile instead of like maybe doing it next turn. Whatever. We should be fine. That tag call from our opponent. So I guess they weren't dead in the water the whole time. I was like, okay, I guess they just don't have a draw supporter because they went attach, retreat immediately. Oh no, do they play a choice helmet? All right, here's where the game can get awkward if they actually play. Yep, there's the choice helmet. All right, choice helmet does make things pretty awkward because we can't one-shot this guy anymore. But we can come up with some other stuff to do. There's a heads on the Jirachi, so now I think I retreat him instead. Well, now we top deck switch. Now we don't retreat him. Now we Stellar Wish. There's a welder, but there's also a Cherish Ball. I think I would rather just go ahead and dead a change here and find more cards. It also lets me put the Latios on the discard pile instead of on the bench because we are just going to tag purge now and stop us from being hit by the ADP. And if they really want to use Mellow and Lana, they only have a 5-card hand to work with, so I'd be fine with that. So yeah, it's going to be Cherish Ball grab here. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a Dene. Go. Going to attach to the Mewtwo, still get him that extra energy, switch into the Mewtwo, and then Dede change away everything. Go for the tag purge so we don't get hit on our turn. They don't draw any kind of prize cards or get any kind of advantage out of it. We haven't used a supporter yet, so we could Guzma and Hala for probably gonna skateboard. Stadium doesn't matter, and then having the weakness guard energy in hand would be pretty cool as well. I didn't even realize we didn't play supporter yet. Yeah, so go ahead and get rid of those. This works out super well for us. Skateboard, Hearth. Why am I not putting my Hearth in play? I should have thrown a Hearth in play last turn. And the weakness guard energy. Yeah, I should have thrown a Hearth in play. Thrown this Hearth in play on turn 1. I should have thrown it in play right before I use this, just in case I get my other Hearth and then can put it in play. I'm just like spacing out big time here. I guess I don't want to put the skateboard in play quite yet, just in case our opponent does you know, double custom it up, or I don't know, something. We can just hold on to it. Just using the Guzman Hala for the turn is pretty good. So that's like good enough for me to just use the Guzman Hala. And then our hand is set up pretty well to actually like deal with everything from here. We're gonna knock out this ADP. We'll get a bunch of cards. I should have maybe thrown the Hearth, though the Hearth is kind of fodder for like a Mallow and Lana potentially or something like that next turn actually. Yeah, we can hold on to the Hearth on this one, I think. Holding on to the Hearth, using it as fodder for Mallow and Lana is just fine. There is a switch to Stellar Wish, but that has nothing to do with Mallow and Lana, which is the only thing I kind of didn't want my opponent to see here. So all of a sudden, I don't really care actually. We'll see what they tag call for, but yeah, if they don't have access to Mallow and Lana, then I'm okay with that. That was the only thing that I was like, well, I really don't want you to have this. There's 2 more tag team pokes. Neither of them are a Keldeo though, which is the only thing I am truly worried about here. But maybe they're just sending them out of the deck here as I actually go. Yeah, okay, they're just getting rid of both of them as they go for the red and blue to make the type null into this Valley GX, give themselves some draw power. But they'd have to draw really well here to actually be able to like pull off a Mallow and Lana play. They'd have to get Mallow and Lana and a switch, retreat Mallow and Lana, switch back into the ADP, or they could actually just attack with Silvally this turn, I guess. But then we would go Mallow and Lana, Flare Blitz, knock it out. I guess I don't really want to Flare Blitz it, but I guess we would Flare Blitz it if it came down to it. Yeah, I guess we would have to Flare Blitz it. Yeah, here comes the punch. We're gonna have to Flare Blitz, knock this thing out. We don't really have a choice. I can't really think of anything else that I could possibly hit this with. I do just want to kind of knock it out, but then I don't actually have a way to knock this out, so that becomes a little bit awkward for sure. We definitely want to go with the Mallow and Lana play, so I'm going to go with the tag call here. Mallow and Lana, grab the other Mewtwo. Let me just check the deck. Yeah, we don't really have anything else to hit them with. So it's just going to have to be... I mean, I guess I could go with a Brilliant Flare hit, which would be okay, but we don't have another Mallow and Lana to back this guy up. I don't know. Let's see what the Stellar Wish gives us before we go too deep into deciding what we do, because our hand is a little bit janky right now, a little bit clunky. Welder is good, attack call not so good. Some energy to go with it would make it way better, so I'm leaning towards using the what's it called for my turn just a little bit, using the Brilliant Flare, but knocking it out would be pretty good. But then we have no way to knock out this guy. That's kind of why I missed the double blazing here. Flare Strike would be a good hit here. Flare Strike would be good to hit this guy here. Yeah, Flare Strike would have been really good both these times. Jumping Balloon, not quite enough. Let me see. I think I am gonna go with the Brilliant Flare here. Hit him up. Yes, I would like to search my deck. We're gonna go ahead and check counts and stuff. There's only one of those. I want like 2 fire and probably just a reset stamp, to be honest. I think that's literally all I need. All I want is just 2 fire reset stamp. I want to make sure I have the reset stamp in my hand so I can use it when my opponent does finally knock me out. They're not knocking us out next turn. I would have definitely grabbed Mallow and Lana had that been an option. It was not. So we are confined to this for the turn. So reset stamp could very well punish us pretty hard here. But yeah, I think it's better to go this route than kind of just knock it out with Flare. We get 2 prize cards, but doesn't guarantee anything. I think the situation could definitely get a little bit awkward. It could still get a little bit awkward. There is a Keldeo. So probably gonna need access to Greninja to close this one out here. I don't think the Jirachi will ever make its way to the active. So if the Jirachi doesn't make its way to the active, then we have no way to actually draw or to knock out the Jirachi. We don't play the Venom Shot, so we have to go through all these GX Pokemon, which means we do need to get the Greninja in play. I mean, we could put it in the discard pile in this situation, I guess. It wouldn't be that big of a deal to put it in the discard pile. In this scenario, I'd be okay with that. Because our opponent doesn't really have a way to, well, what if we just actually hit it? Let's see, that guy's got 3 HP left. There's a Mallow and Lana, though, so we know they're going to be using Mallow and Lana sometime soon, which is unfortunate for us. But then Mallow and Lana in this isn't really that big of a deal. Yeah, so they're going to go ahead and hit us. There's an Absol, which is also very annoying. Gosh, everything's getting really annoying here. All right, we'll see where this one goes. This one's looking pretty rough for us now. Yeah, I'm feeling like we're in kind of a bad spot here on this one now. Can I actually Jumping Balloon? Take the. I can Jumping Balloon, which means I don't have to GX attack. Which means I could then Espeon Deoxys GX attack to clean some of these guys up. Okay, so Jumping Balloon is dealing 240, so 210. All right, so that knocks this guy out. All right, so that's gonna be our game plan here now. Gonna welder to this guy. 6 left. If they heal, they would have 6 left. 150. Okay. So I am going to tag call, but I don't think there's anything to tag call for. Oh no, get the Guzzma and Hala out of the deck. There's nothing really left in the deck that I would ever want, though. Our deck has become pretty just no resources left. Like nothing left in the deck. All right, attach here. I will Acrobike. Hit the Rainbow. And then, unless I miscounted, Jumping Balloon should be enough. All right, it is. That's great. We don't have Espeon Deoxys. We don't have access to Espeon Deoxys currently, but we can get it out of our prize cards here. There he is. So that becomes our game plan now, is utilize Espeon Deoxys, I think, to close out the game. So we're going to go Great Catcher. We're going to go Reset Stamp, Great Catcher up the Silvally. If we don't get, well, I mean, there's a good chance we get Reset Stamped here, but we still have one. We have 3 Cherish Balls and 1 Dedenne left in the deck, so there's a good chance we can draw back into some good stuff that'll give us an out to not losing the game. Would have been nice to clear out this hand a little bit more. We're going to look to clear it out on this next turn here. Yeah, hopefully they don't find Reset Stamp here. Yep. All right. Well, as I say that, there's the Reset Stamp. Yeah, there we go. Reset Stamp. Still in a fine spot, though. Like I'm saying, we're still fine. All right, no Espeon Deoxys. That is not fine. Or not no Espeon Deoxys. No, oh, what is it called? But it looks like they have exactly 10 damage. I was going to say no Dedenne, no out to Dedenne. But they don't. They did not heal their Silvally. And Jirachi only has 70 HP. So actually, we win the game. Espeon Deoxys here. GX attack, not even for the full effect, just 10 damage counters is actually going to do it. 3 left here, 7 left here. 3 prize cards left. So we're gonna take a dub here in this first game over our opponent's ADP with the Silvally. This Valley was pretty annoying, but in the end, it doesn't look like it's going to matter at all. Cross division 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought almost for sure that they would heal up their Silvally. They would send that into the active and then Mallow and Lana it. But turns out they didn't, and they overall get punished for their mistake. Can we take a dub here over this ADP? All right, we're up against the ADP Birds here. In this one, we have a chance to donk a Victini, and we're gonna go for it. We need a Welder and a Energy and a Pokemon that is card pile that we can work with. I don't think we're gonna be seeing that this turn though. I think I want the Tag Call over that Energy. Yeah, so not happening in this one. That's fine. We can survive without it. 7 card hand from our opponent, but they didn't really do anything last turn, so I don't really feel it's necessary to reset stamp them unless I am completely forgetting a Pokemon. I don't think 1 energy is gonna ever win me the game. Go ahead and pass over to our opponent. Next turn we can just like tag call for we could just use Guzma and Hala next turn and then get an energy, get that weakness guard energy, put it there, and then just Turbo Strike to our bench guy. I think that would probably be ideal. Oh, there is a power plant. Oh, we'll also get a stadium. Oh, our opponent only has Flare. So Guzma and Hala sounds pretty good here. Gonna go ahead and grab the Guzma and Hala. Grab this guy, check for Turbo Strike. He is in the deck, so well, I was looking forward to perhaps a decent game, but sometimes our opponent dead draws, and then this happens. So not going to be a decent game at all here, as our opponent dead drew, and we are simply going to win the game right now. Get these 3, and Hearth to the play, weakness guard energy to the active, and Turbo Strike. Knock out their lone Victini to take that dub. Alright, up against the wait and see hammer of unit energy. I don't know. Wait and see hammer and unit energy is all the info we really have. It's probably some kind of Guzzlord, Naganadel deck or Tina Chomp deck, I would imagine. I can't imagine it being anything that isn't those, so I'm gonna just go ahead and imagine it is one of those. There is a Tina Chomp, so that kind of confirms my suspicions of it being some kind of deck like that, as we do see the Tina Chomp. So it is a deck like that, and yeah, let's see how good of a start they got off to. They did mulligan a couple times, which we're definitely going to be super happy about, but there is a reset stamp, and we lose all the cards we got. All right, back to a new hand, and it is way worse. Okay, draw for turn, tag call. All right, it's going to be a slow game for us. Go with Guzma and Hala. That'll get us the Hearth for next turn, so I guess it won't be that slow of a game. Yeah, I kind of overhyped how slow it potentially could be. We maybe just want to set up the Breaks and Zard by itself, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab these 2. And then I'm going to tag call again. Don't really want the Lopunny in play, I don't think. And I do want a second Mewtwo, so I'm going to grab these 2. And then we are going to Guzma and Hala away those 2. Shoot. Those 2. Get ourselves a Hearth. Delty Hood. And the weakness guard energy. Sounds good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the weakness guard energy on active. And then I will go ahead and I don't think they can knock us out on the first turn. They could stamp us again, which would be kind of annoying. I guess we would just live with it if they did have it. And it's gonna pass over to our opponent. Yeah, if they have it, they have it. We'll just live with it. Not really too big of a deal. I guess I could have put the weakness guard energy on the active and then also got a float zone instead of a Celtic Hood and then tried to set up the second Mewtwo to go into use Tag Purge. So that would have been a little bit better maybe, because that would have been a clean Mewtwo, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, there's another. I mean, I guess they have to have something if they're not doing anything besides that. So them having another reset stamp really isn't that big of a deal, I guess. We've once again drawn into a pretty rough hand. There's a Cherish Ball, so now we're in business for sure. Bench this guy. Actually, well, I could do the escape board to the active like I had thought about before. But I'm actually not against that. That way I can move it to this Mewtwo. And possibly Use what's it called for the turn on a fresh. Do I really have to do it on a fresh Mewtwo? I guess I don't really have to do it on a fresh Mewtwo. So, no, that's just a mistake overall. I shouldn't have put that there or that there. I should just put the Rainbow Active and the Escape Word on the Jirachi. Yeah. Don't mind me. Just make him. Oh, we could have actually just won the game this turn as well, actually. So we got Guzma and Hala. We'll check the Acro Bike first, because if it doesn't give us, okay, it gave us a Welder. If it doesn't, yeah, we could have just won the game this turn. What am I doing? All right, we're gonna get rid of a Great Catcher. Great Catcher's not too ridiculously strong in this matchup. I am now going to Welder. Yeah, I don't even know what I was thinking there. We could have just won the game on this turn. Go like that. 1, 2, 3. All right, we whiffed, so I made the right play the whole time. There's no way it was ever potentially the wrong play, because when you whiff, you know you made the right play. All right, retreat into the other Mewtwo, and then go ahead and hit them with the... got a lot of options here. Jumping Balloon seems best. 120, and back over to our opponent with their horrendous turn 1 still. Let's see if they can make anything, or their horrendous game so far. The only 2 cards, oh, there's got 3 cards in the discard pile. They got an Energy Spinner and 2 Reset Stamps. It's a little bit better than I initially thought. A little bit, just a little bit. Well, unfortunately lost our Chaotic Swell, which is super good in this matchup for going at the end of the game, going Chaotic Swell and then stopping them from knocking us out, or stopping them from going Power Plant Stamp. That's what I meant to say. They're gonna knock us out. That's why I did bench this guy, because I feel like we're gonna need him to actually have an attacker towards the end of the game, because Stamp Plant is pretty strong for sure. They are down another stamp. We could also set up Latios. Latios would be actually a pretty good thing to set up as well. I think we will try and attach to the Latios as well, because that is something that the Power Plants do not affect at all. In fact, they just make it easier to attack with the card. So you could also set up just manually start attaching to Latios. I'd be fine with that. I think that would actually work out pretty well. So we'd have 2 attackers potentially to attack with. Should they get everything they need. There's a Guzma and Hala, but right now they need a bench Pokemon. Right now that's what they're kind of lacking right here, is another Pokemon in place, so they don't actually just lose the game on my turn. They got rid of Faba and something else, I believe. Maybe the Wait and See Hammer, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, that's definitely no good for them. That's why the card is not that great overall. It's good against ADP, but the deck already has good ADP matchups, so I'm actually not quite sure why they're playing it. Power Plant, Karate Belt, Unit Energy. That's actually not too bad, but it's not going to be enough because we do have the Guzma and Hala in our hand, and a Dedenne, and a Cherish Ball, and the list goes on. Oh, but that is a great catcher for our big Braixen Zard. Nope, they went for the Mewtwo. A little bit less good. But actually, I don't think we can really abuse that too much because Escape Word. We're still gonna have to go get a switch, I think, because we don't have like a 3 energy attack that would actually take the knockout. Oh, they went ahead and grabbed themselves another basic Pokemon, so they haven't quite lost yet. But yeah, Karate Belt to the active, Energy to the active. Oh, they're gonna take the knockout. Okay, this makes way more sense. They're gonna take the knockout, knock us out, draw the 3 prize cards. I thought they were just gonna try and stall and use linear attack, but no, they are gonna take the knockout. Makes a ton more sense. Makes an absolute bucket ton more sense. So yeah, that's reasonable. Rough return into a Mewtwo, not that great. Don't want to tag purge. I do want to knock him out. I think we should go with attach this here. Stellar Wish into, I don't know, something. Having the Hearth access is pretty cool. Having the Switch access is better though, because this guy can get us a Hearth already. Down the other Mewtwo, so we might want a 3rd Mewtwo, so I don't really want to get rid of this Mewtwo. I think we're just going to retreat and Brilliant Flare for the knockout. I would like to get some more fires in my hand though, so I should probably get rid of something here. I just can't come up with what the heck I'd ever want to get rid of. Screw it. Brilliant Flare, knockout. I would like to search my deck. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves. We have a Cherish Ball. We have a Great Catcher, I believe. We could get Alolan kind of cool. Access to Alolan is good. We could grab ourselves a Welder. That's kind of cool. And another Hearth, I guess. And that would give us pretty much access to everything we could ever need out of the deck, I think. Yeah. Let's go ahead and grab those. I guess that means the Guzma and Hala might be potentially useless in the hand, but who knows if we're going to use it anyways. There's nothing I want to discard of the hand currently for it, but I guess I could have. I don't know. We're doing fine now. Boom, get our cards. Ooh, so Galio was prized the whole time. Down to 2 prize cards. I guess we're not set up that well to deal with being reset stamped again, but they are already down 2 reset stamp and their board state sucks. So all of that combined, it makes me feel pretty good about the current situation and not actually getting reset stamped here. There's another Tina Chomp. We are going to look to just kind of blow that guy's head off with Flare Blitz GX with the Charizard. That's going to be our game plan here as they go for the Guzma and Hollow this turn. They're going to need Stamp, though. They do have Power Plant, Rainbow Counter Gain. Oh, no. What attack did I just use? The Mimikyu actually knocks me out. I messed up. I didn't even realize that the Mimikyu would be such a good response to us. And he's actually just going to use Copycat and knock us out. I completely goofed. They used Flare Blitz, which means if they use Copycat, they use Flare Blitz. We're weak to Psychic, and we will actually just lose the game. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I just goofed there big time, and that's going to be game. We lose. All right, guys. Big misplay here. I guess I should have used Guzma and Hala to get weakness card energy. If it was, nope, it was gone. What could I have actually done then? That's pretty good. I didn't even think about the Mimikyu doing that, but it does that. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for the games on Mewtwo. Mimikyu's pretty cool. Check him out. Enjoy the video. Give it a like if you enjoy the content. Be sure to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a good day. Thanks for watching, and peace.